welcome back. We are the Vileblood Brothers, and today we're playing some Castlevania Symphony of the Night. If you remember this playthrough, this is like one of our very first playthroughs, back when we had the shitty mic where everything echoed and we had soul, steal. It was terrible.
I wasn't here for that, unfortunately.
But it got re-released for the PS4, and you know what that means. We're doing this again. And we're going to do a very special playthrough. We're going to do the X exclamation point V 2 quotes and a Q.
That's right when I'm playing fucking Gauntlet Dark Legacy.
So when you do that, you can only do this when after you beat the game already.
Clear mode, yeah, I saw that. I'm really excited for this game.
What I do like is this is the PSP remake. I'm a little sad that the bad voice acting is gone, but you get extra shit, and it's pretty cool. I like it. But what I just did is after you enter your name in a certain way, you get certain effects. Like if you click Axe Armor, you get the Axe Armor, which turns you into an Axe Armor. You can click Richter, and you'll play as Richter. You can click Maria in the PSP only, or the Japanese only, not in the PlayStation 1 original. And you play as Maria. What I did was basically luck mode. It puts my luck really high, so I'll have really good drops, but my other stats are trash. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have like 12 HP.
So in other words, you're preying on RNG to get you through the game.
No, the game's not that hard near the end, but it's really hard in the beginning. So I actually might die.
Because that steals all your shit. Nope, wrong game.
No, this is the game.
No, you're right. Yep, you guys, the whole fucking flashback. You play as Richter. Is it the same story or is it Richter's story?
There is no story. You just go to fucking shaft and kill him. But I do like the voice acting.
Oh, but this world invited me.
Yeah,
Your own kind called me forth with praise and tribute.
Tribute? You're a thief. You steal men's souls, their freedom.
Freedom is always sacrificed to faith, good hunter. Or are you truly here by choice?
All I'm here for is you. To hell with your heresy. You're nothing but a blight on mankind.
now kiss me.
Mankind. A cesspit of hatred and lies. Fight for them and die for their sins.
So it's basically a recreation of the Rondo of Blood fight, and you can't lose this. But you're 3 times as strong as you usually are, so that does a lot of damage.
Use the Morning Star.
No, this is the vampire. This is the genuine fucking vampire killer. I could twirl it, twist it.
You just cap him in the chin over and over.
But if you somehow do die,
Is there someone coming to save you?
yeah, Maria comes in. And she gives you the power of the birds and the bees and Genbu.
You go Super Richter.
Yeah, pretty much, and now you're completely invincible. Nothing will hurt you. You can just like twirl all you want. You can even Hydro Storm.
Not this time.
Clearly, it's the tutorial battle, so there's nothing to fear, honestly.
Play a game with, you need to play a game with tutorial level. Fucks you up.
But what I do like, in the PlayStation game, so in the Japanese game, it talks to you. It tells you the
Dark
fucking...
Priest Shaft. Oh, fuck yeah.
But in the PlayStation 1 original, it didn't talk. I like that in the PSP game, they bring back the narration.
Oh, like this part right here?
Yeah.
All of them had the voice acting, it's just the PlayStation didn't have.
It subtract the narration. And also a few familiars. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7? 7? No, familiars. But I think the PlayStation 1 only has 5.
To purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, Alucard had submerged his vampiric powers and fallen into what was meant to be eternal slumber.
So basically, after Castlevania 3, Alucard sealed himself away, and he didn't want to wake up ever because his blood is cursed and he hates his daddy. So when Richter goes missing and Castlevania comes back, even though his dad is dead, Alucard wakes the fuck up and he's like,
no need to
what? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is happening? Who the fuck is? What time is it?
And he goes, chicken. And he goes see his pet. Hey, it's a raw chicken. Good shit.
It's a pork chop.
It's a raw chicken. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Raw meat.
I'm just saying it's a raw chicken.
I can just like fuck with it. Anyway, you see my HP?
Like
25? It's supposed to start with like.
Another thing that fucked me up when I first started playing this on my cousin's PSP, or the SP, I always thought the hearts was your actual life.
Ouch. Anyways.
Oh.
You're supposed to have like.
Look at his arms. Gonna see my daddy. Gonna see my daddy. Gonna see my daddy. Gonna see my daddy. You're such a happy old.
Now there is a glitch if you try luck mode. There's 2 glitches, and it will assist you in either keeping your Alucard weapons. God damn it, zombies. If you're good enough to do the glitch.
How we do it?
So you have to be in luck mode, because in luck mode you have the lowest stats possible, and the lowest stats possible are key for this. And you want to be over here and dodge the wolves without getting hit. And then, over here is where Death is going to take all your items away. So what you want to do is de-equip all your items.
Put a pyro set.
So you can be the weakest as possible. Notice my luck is 99. And then you want to aim like right about here. You want to call the wolf towards you a little bit. And you want to jump into the wolf at the right moment. Damn it.
Oh, so he knocks you into the room?
Yeah, that almost killed me! And you go through! And you never meet death.
You're done.
You gonna equip your shit?
Yeah, you can do that. Oh, no, you can't pause until you get to the near save point.
Falls down.
Because this is a glitch. You gotta survive this guy.
Scroll up. I'm fucking Alucard, bitch.
You know what? Okay.
The fuck you just do?
Oh, Alucard has certain spells he can... Oh my good. There's a save point somewhere. There's a save point.
I just have been to teleport to castle. I like black music.
Yeah, it's glitched, that's why. So I think I have to X out the game and then load it up.
Hello, police? Cheating?
Hacks?
And we should get our music back. Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't worried about it.
So now we got our Alucard equipment, so we can survive.
You got the strongest stuff in the game?
The near strongest stuff in the game.
Yeah, because one of the, like, you have really good stuff in the beginning of the game just so it can get going. But by
so I want to go back to death. I want to go back to death because in the PS1 game,
you can beat him.
No, you can't go back to death, and it glitches you away. But I heard in the PSP game they fixed that glitch, so you can just actually transport down there, and nothing will happen. Yeah, nothing will happen. So that cutscene cut off again. but in the PS1 game, it kind of pushes you away. So if you ever fall down, you're there infinitely, and you're gonna have to quit the game.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, we got our Alucard equipment. It's
We're gonna need it.
we're gonna need it if we're gonna do the luck playthrough, because our stats are literally 11199,
It's weird how
and our Alucard equipment really helps with this.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Also, this item. You notice when you cut a candle, nothing happens? These items let things drop out of candles.
One would think you would have to get an item for that.
It's a Metroidvania game, dog. So you're gonna have to get items to upgrade your stuff. And this is the Alchemy Laboratory.
Oof. Red rust. Red rust. Oof. Oh my god, I just remember dealing with red skeletons in fucking Curse of Darkness. And you gotta wait till you're fucking 20 hours in the game to get the monster that can purify him. Not fun. Not fun at all.
I don't think it is. This should be another save point.
I need to play that again. Curse of Darkness. Ooh, that was cool. Oh, I just peeped your magic bar.
Yeah. So our magic, we can do dark meta fucking morphosis. That is not dark metamorphosis, Alucard. Whatever. We want to kill the skeleton with this spirit when he's at a right point, so we can go up here. That's very hard to time, by the way.
Oh, you kill him when he's on the platform?
Yeah.
So he's going to
Now, why would we want a level 6 dagger when we got a level 44 fucking Alucard sword? It's stabbies. It's very quick stabbies. Now, granted, that's easier. And if we didn't have the Alucard equipment, we wouldn't, like... Of course we're gonna be using the fucking Alucard equipment, but if we didn't have it, the stabbies would help.
Shit.
Now, there are secret areas here. I believe that they're just both heart upgrades. I think one's a life upgrade. Yeah. We're gonna need as many health upgrades as we can fucking find.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Because, you know, our HP is actually below average, and it's not fun to have that.
You are thoroughly below average, my friend.
Ouch.
Trevor Belmont comes out the cut,
I wish.
cracks a whip at you and bends it.
So you do have other spells. How much magic? I have 11 magic. No wonder I can't do a dark metamorphosis. So right now all I can do is summon spirit.
Puzzle. Oh dear.
There's really no point to... Hello? There's really no point to fucking getting the stabby sword the way I got it, because this basically puts you in the other spot where you can just get it. Or maybe I lied and I forgot. Anyways, there's a different area for that. I also believe I have Hellfire. Ow. That is not Hellfire at all. No, he just, okay, cool. I have so little magic that it actually hurts. So as long as we have the Alucard sword, Alucard shield, dragon helmet, Twilight cape, Alucard mail, and necklace of J, I believe, we should be taking relatively small damage while dealing relatively large damage. Granted, the luck code is basically the hard mode of the game, because you shouldn't be doing platforming. Because you shouldn't be doing any damage while taking a shit ton of damage. But because the glitch, it basically turns hard mode to slightly less hard mode.
What a boss fight. Oh. I'm gonna pick up my friend, I'm gonna drop him, and ooh, he's gonna get you.
Damn it. You have the crab hand for this. It's fucking dumb. Can I dark metamorphosis yet?
Nope, don't.
No, I'm just gonna fucking throw axes all day.
That's part of any Castlevania game.
So this is the part where you get the stabby sword. The stabby knife.
Ah.
So if you beat the first boss, you can get down here and have a shortcut upwards. The reason you get the stab knife is because you would want it early. But it's not like you're gonna not get it early anyway. It's just I kind of like to use it on that boss. Because I have the strong weapon.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice glowing cape, though. Blah, blah, blah. That's Ken.
That is indeed a Ken. Also, I forgot to mention the map.
I love maps.
Yeah, we're gonna be filling that out. And it's gonna be the dumbest part of the fucking game.
Blah, blah, blah.
Kill me. Can I do Hellfire yet? I have 24 mag. I should be able to
check your spell list?
That's the thing, Devin.
You don't have any spells?
You have a spell list that shows you the spells you have activated.
The fuck is it, Street Fighter?
So if you learn how to do the spell, it will pop up on the spell list. I have 15 magic to do Hellfire.
Which means you have to figure out how to do the fucking
I'm guessing
spell.
the term
Have the
user
magic.
Granted.
User-friendly didn't come in until, like...
Granted. Wait, can I do Dark Metamorphosis?
Dark Metamorphosis.
Thank you. You might also find out that instead of the cool Alucard voice, we're Sasuke Uchiha now.
My brother killed my family, accepted my daddy in a castle.
You notice I did Dark Metamorphosis, so when we look at spells, we get Dark Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis, and you get your magic.
You drink blood. So these bloody enemies will heal me. Now, there is a sword that increases damage the more blood you suck. And it's potentially the strongest sword in the game because you can just give it a lot of blood. But that takes a lot of fucking time. Do you like Supernatural?
Yes.
We got Salt. It did nothing. It did fucking nothing. Also because I don't have any hearts.
Oh. CD.
Yeah, those are the loading screens.
I want to giant this.
That's salt. Purified salt. Pure unadulterated Colombian salt. Now I do want a certain sub-weapon before we get to the next boss. Because the next boss is actually affected by the sub-weapon, and it's hilarious.
Liquid nitrogen?
Nah, it's a staple of the Castlevania games.
Good God, please end it.
Ooh, cutscene.
Wait, are you human? What are you doing here?
I've come to destroy this castle.
Likewise. I'm Maria.
The jacket she's
And
wearing
you are?
doesn't match her pixels.
Alucard.
Well, if you're a better swordsman than a speaker, perhaps I'll see you again. Farewell.
What the fuck you talking about? I answered your questions, bitch.
This sub-weapon. Oh, wait, what?
This sub-weapon.
Oh.
So much for that luck stat, huh?
Yo, Devin, I don't need you to be here, right? It's not based off luck. Certain candles actually have certain items in them.
diamond.
Yo, you weren't saying it, so you hold your fucking tongue, slut.
First of all, I didn't even fucking say it. Call me slut.
That's
I
my
have
wife,
feelings.
son of a...
Yo, I'm a whore, so I know what I'm speaking from. There it is. The stopwatch. When activated, you freeze the enemy. That's all it does. Now, I like the stopwatch in this game because the stopwatch in the PS1 original stopped the time. I mean, stopped the music as well, and it doesn't do that in this. So I'm a little happy about that. But we do want the stopwatch because the boss is actually affected by being stopped.
So like that, shoulder.
Ooh, is that a?
Damn, we have medicine for it, so...
Yeah, you like that butt?
Dude, I love butt.
You like that butt? Ooh, a tart.
Okay, something did fall. Like, ooh, again. Tart.
That barely falls when these guys die, but because I have 99 luck.
What was the point of smacking her? Is that just something you can do?
Yeah, you just do that. You smack her and knocks her back.
Okay.
Now, there is something that's cool in this part. There's a plant that shoots skeletons that, I mean, like skulls that turn you to stone. And you're supposed to nudge your way out of the stone, right? But there is a certain... Like, you see how I turned into that statue instead of the normal standing statue? You can actually turn into a certain statue that I want to show off, but it's going to be like almost impossible to fucking show off because it's like a 1 out of 1,000 chance. So after 10 more tries, I'm gonna fucking give up. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Okay, whatever. He turns into a giant... Hello? He turns into a giant fucking gargoyle statue. And it's pretty cool. Yeah, that eyeball's just there. Like, I tried to kill it, but like, there's nothing in the game for me to kill it with.
So what is that?
That's the plan. Hello? It was the outer wall.
Who's that?
I've been working it.
Are they still trying to get you to do that fucking report, whatever?
No, they're like, oh, you know, we had to suspend the guy. We wanted to know if you wanted to pick up his Sunday shift. I'm like, nigga, today was my last day.
You probably remember this from the last time I played this game with you, Thomas. If you wait a certain amount of time after knocking this wall off, there's actually a secret elevator to bring you down.
Ooh, I like elevators.
And now we play the waiting game.
We play the waiting game that's on that. If I wasn't wearing the Alucard equipment, this is a good weapon, and this is a good armor. The mirror armor, like the theory of Medusa, allows me not to be turned into stone anymore. And the fist is just a fist, and it's a strong fist. Like, it's a pretty strong weapon. Like, let's look at our stabby sword.
Wait,
9.
What was the last weapon you got?
The stabby sword.
The other weapon.
Talking about the armor.
Oh. The mirror cuirass?
Yes.
It turns me not to stone. But you see my defense?
She's making a joke about the name. The mirror curious.
So, the stabby sword has 9 damage, but the jewel knuckles have 25. You see the difference in numbers?
You're welcome.
Which is why having the jewel knuckle is pretty cool. But, like I said before, 10,000 other times, the Alucard equipment's better. You want to come down here specifically so you can look into this telescope.
Naked women.
That is a rowboat man.
That's it?
And if you don't look through that telescope and know where that asshole is, he won't show up later in the game. There's also a little Easter egg, this little Negro down there. Eventually, if you keep leaving and coming back, he'll lay eggs into that nest, and those eggs will turn into little chickies, and then they'll feed the chickies, and then they'll turn into big seagulls, and then they'll fly away. And if you watch that whole thing leaving and coming back like around fucking 10 times, you'll get a trophy.
Wow, trophy. Waste of time.
It used to be a waste of time when I wasn't getting a trophy for doing it. Good say.
Waste of time. Hello. Hello.
You got stabbed in the back, asshole. Now, before we end this episode, I do want to show you the boss that's affected by the stopwatch.
Click. Oh my. Oh, it's a wheel.
It's me! He's dead.
Drink his blood. Drink your blood?
Drink our blood.
I'm so over the whole...
I have default health now.
I'm so over the whole fighting yourself and
Well,
fighting
yeah,
your
they
reflection type of thing.
Well, he was fighting basically his reflection. It was like his father's side.
It's called Doppelganger 10, I believe, because it's a doppelganger at your level 10. And eventually I think we're going to fight Doppelganger 40, which is going to be us at level 40.
Even though we're not at 40?
Pretty much. It's going to have our stats. At that level.
Yes.
But we'll see you next time on Let's Play Castlevania Symphony of the Night, when I'll traverse the clock tower. I ain't going to that fucking clock tower. I'll traverse something and then maybe get an ability that will may or may not turn me into a Doge. Bye, guys.
I remember that. Bye. See you guys. You like the Doges.